You've heard the pitch, right? I mean, 1,000 times. The glossy gurus, the digital nomads living their best life on a yacht, they're all selling you the exact same beautiful dream.
Ah, yes, it's the ultimate fantasy. The golden ticket. You do the work just one time, build that sales funnel, create that online course, buy that rental property, and bam, you're done. You're free.
Yeah, let's just, call it what it is.
Because behind that slick, shiny promise is a hard, unforgiving truth. True passive income is a complete and total lie. What it really requires is something else. It's called active maintenance. And if you forget that, well, that golden goose you thought you had, it's going to turn into a time-sucking monster fast.
So let's start by just tearing down this beautifully constructed myth piece by piece. I mean, this right here, this frames the whole problem perfectly. The dream they sell you is on the left. Set it and forget it. A single key that unlocks everything. But the reality, what actually happens, is on the right. Constant, ongoing effort. It's not a key, it's a serious commitment.
Okay, let's get specific. Let's really dig into how this plays out in the real world.
So let's take the classic example, right? The online course. You build it, you film it, you edit it, you put it up for sale, and you think, great, I'm done. But you're not done. Oh no, you've really just started.
Because that passive course you built, it lives on a platform that's constantly changing its algorithm. Your competitors, they're launching newer, better content every single week. The tech you used is already looking old, and all of a sudden, you're not sitting on a beach counting your money. You're updating broken links, you're answering endless support tickets, and you're fighting a whole new wave of competition just to stay visible.
Okay. But what about the ultimate passive play? Real estate. You just buy a rental property and the checks just roll in every month, right? Well, not quite.
The reality is the call about a backed-up toilet at 3 in the morning. It's the tenant who just stops paying rent. It's the roof that suddenly starts leaking. And it's the surprise city code violation that completely wipes out 6 months of profit in an instant. The point is, you haven't bought passive income. You've just traded in your one boss for 100 tiny, demanding little bosses called problems. And listen, this applies even to what seems like the most hands-off thing of all, your investments. You don't just put money into an index fund and, check back in 30 years.
I mean, really think about that. Smart investing means you're reading the news, you're understanding what's happening in the world, you're rebalancing your portfolio, and you're adjusting for big life changes. Anything less than that isn't being passive, it's being negligent with your own future. So if passive income is a myth, what are we supposed to be chasing instead? Well, this leads us to a much more powerful idea. You see, the wealthy, they don't actually look for passive income. They're looking for something else entirely.
And this is the key, leveraged income. It's not about doing zero work. It's about making sure your work has an outsized, massive impact. Your time is no longer directly traded for money, one for one, but your effort? Oh yeah, it's still very much in the equation.
Here's how to think about it. With a normal job, direct labor, 100 hours of your work gets you 100 hours worth of return. It's a straight trade. But with leveraged income, you can put in just 10 hours of super focused, strategic maintenance and get the exact same result. It's not about being lazy, it's about being incredibly effective.
So how do we actually do this? How do we stop chasing the fantasy and start building something real, something that actually lasts?
This is the perfect way to think about it. A garden. You planted the seeds, sure, and that was the hard part. But if you don't show up to pull the weeds, to water the soil, and to protect it from whatever comes along, that beautiful garden you built is going to wither and die. Your income streams are exactly the same.
So here's your action plan. It's simple. First, schedule a non-negotiable maintenance hour in your calendar every single week for your projects. Second, actively look for weaknesses in your systems before they break. And third, adopt the mindset that you are never done improving.
And that's the critical difference in mindset, isn't it? The amateur thinks the battle is won, so they get comfortable. But the pro, the king, understands that victory is maintained through constant preparation. You never, ever stop sharpening your tools.
And that's the final truth. The system, the matrix, it wants you to be comfortable. It wants you to believe in that easy button. But real, lasting freedom, it isn't found in passivity. It is earned, and it is defended through constant, focused vigilance.
So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. When you look at your own projects, your own investments, your own income streams, is your garden being actively tended to? Or is it slowly, quietly becoming overgrown with weeds? The choice, as always, is yours.